Hello and welcome to another episode of the Perfect Place to Put a Practice podcast and our special series on the pros and cons of different parts of the country, brought to you by your friends at Dr. Demographics. I'm your host, Mike Green, and today we're going to dive into the topic that's of great interest of many doctors all over the world, frankly, and that's opening a new professional practice in Texas in the year of 2024. I bet every week we do different reports for different parts of Texas. So we thought we'd do the pros and cons today. So today we're going to be talking about the top 3 pros and the top 3 cons associated with opening a practice in Texas. Hopefully this will be helpful. I'm excited about this topic. Let's dive right in. So let's first explore the pros of starting a new practice in the great state of Texas. And pro number 1 is not going to be a surprise to anybody, and that is that booming population that's happening in Texas. Texas is currently witnessing a remarkable surge in population, rendered by its highly attractive location for both aspiring practitioners and for the public alike to establish a practice. The influx of people into the state creates a really robust demand for the variety of services. It creates an opportune moment for emerging practices to place and flourish. The surge in demand is not just a numerical increase. It actually reflects a growing awareness and acknowledgement of the importance of overall health within the populace. And so the education is rising in the area. For those in our profession, this situation presents a golden opportunity to cultivate a strong patient base and really lay the foundations for our super prosperous practice. As the population continues to grow, the diversity and the potential for reaching a super broad spectrum of patients with a variety of needs expands exponentially. The expanding patient pool offers a platform for new practices to establish themselves as reliable providers and really contribute positively to the overall health of the community. Excuse me. In essence, the booming population growth in Texas is really more than just a statistical phenomenon. It is really a call for professionals all over the world to meet the rising demand for a variety of healthcare services. Ultimately, it really contributes to that happier and healthier population to this vibrant and awesome expanding state of Texas. So pro number 2, and pro number 1 maybe is enough, but let's go to pro number 2, and that's the diverse patient population demographics. Texas boasts a really rich tapestry of diversity, making it an exceptional location for practitioners aiming to establish a new practice. This state is a true melting pot of cultures, religions, languages, traditions, and really a broad spectrum of demographics. The diversity equates to a multitude of needs and preferences within its population. For professionals, this diversity signifies a wealth of opportunities, adapting and tailoring healthcare services to cater to the diverse patient needs that not only mark in exclusivity, but also really demonstrate a cultural competence. It paves the way for building a strong, loyal patient base as individuals from various cultures and socioeconomic backgrounds, they feel understood, respected, and valued. This is the trick. Navigating that cultural nuance of that diverse patient base really enables practices to enhance their communication skills, their service delivery, and overall patient experience. Ultimately, it fosters a sense of trust and engagement, essential elements to establishing an enduring patient-doctor relationship. If you embrace the diversity and prioritize that cultural sensitivity to the care that you provide, practices in Texas can really contribute to the overall health of those communities and support those dynamic traditions in those cultures in the great state of Texas. Pro number 3. And that is the favorable business environment that exists in Texas. And this will be a surprise to no one. Texas really boasts a super friendly, business friendly reputation, solidifying its position as a prime destination for aspiring entrepreneurs and healthcare in the healthcare industry. The state offers a really welcoming environment by lower taxes, comparatively lower cost of living, providing a favorable landscape for establishing a practice. This advantageous business climate that they have in Texas really improves financial stability and increases profitability for a practice in the long term. That lower tax burden enables practitioners to allocate a greater portion of their earnings toward growing and enhancing their practice, investing in new technology, improving patient care, and really expanding their reach through marketing. Additionally, the lower cost of living contributes to really reduced operational expenses, ultimately allowing for practices to allocate more resources and strategic business development relationships and just overall service improvement. Texas, with its pro-business policies and economic incentives that are built in, really empowers doctors to navigate the complexities of starting a new practice with, frankly, relative ease in comparison to other places in the country. The state's commitment to fostering a business-friendly environment paves the way for constant, sustainable growth and prosperity, and really attracts the most entrepreneurial-minded doctors in the country to set up their practices and contribute positively to the state's evolving cultural landscape. So those are three really strong reasons why Texas might be your next destination for your next practice. But before we get too happy on the pros, let's discuss a few cons, a few things to consider if you're going to open up a professional practice in Texas in 2024. So the first con is the competitive market in Texas. Texas really features a fiercely competitive private healthcare market, representing both opportunities and challenges for aspiring practitioners like yourself. The state is home to a multitude of well-established practices and corporate chains, and that forms a landscape where standing out and attracting patients becomes really hard, and it really requires a strategic differentiation. Breaking into that highly competitive market necessitates a really well-crafted marketing strategy that has a distinct value proposition that sets your practice apart from all the existing players, and there will be plenty. Excuse me. To thrive amidst that competition, new practices must carefully analyze the local market dynamics, identifying gaps and areas for improvement, tailor their services to meet the specific needs and preferences of the community. Again, that's where those psychographics come into play. Offering specialized services to that area, leveraging advanced technologies, emphasizing your exceptional care that you give, and really establishing some unique partnerships all are part of contributing to how successful your practice is going to be in a super crowded field. Furthermore, strategic marketing initiatives, both online and offline, are crucial for increasing that visibility and attracting dedicated patients that will stay with you for a long time. Utilizing digital marketing, community engagement, in-house programs, exercising your expertise are all effective ways in capturing that attention and potential patients to build a really strong reputation within the market in Texas. Success in that landscape hinges on your innovation and your adaptability and a well-defined brand identity that resonates in the community and establishes the practice as a trusted healthcare partner. Con number 2, the regulatory and licensing landscape in Texas. It's tough. It poses a significant challenge, let's be honest, especially to new practice owners. The state has a really strong, established, specific, comprehensive regulation and guidelines that govern practitioners, encompassing various aspects such as licensing standards, insurance requirements, and healthcare policies. Navigating that intricate regulatory framework can be super time consuming and complex, and it makes for a pretty big hurdle for new practices. Now, understanding and complying with these regulations are paramount, both legally and ethically for your practice. The licensing process involves stringent criteria, documentation, adherence to Texas State Board guidelines, and ensuring that practitioners meet the state's high standard for professionalism and patient care. It requires really meticulous attention to detail and really a thorough understanding of the whole legal landscape, which, let's be honest, can be really overwhelming for new practitioners in the state. Additionally, the evolving nature of regulations really demands a constant updates and constant attention to the compliance to know what those changes are. Seeking legal counsel and leveraging the industry's resources for guidance on regulatory matters can be a crucial step for aspiring practitioners in the state, and they will help assist them in overcoming the challenges and establishing a really competent and successful practice in the state of Texas. So con number 3, definitely something that needs to be considered, is insurance reimbursements and payer mix. Now, much like con number 2, dealing with insurance reimbursements and managing the payer mix in Texas can be complex and intricate and very time consuming. The state's insurance landscape involves a multitude of plans, each with its own set of policies, reimbursement rates, and administrative procedures. Understanding the dynamics of this payer mix is essential to efficiently manage insurance claims and ensuring that timely reimbursements and other paperwork is taken care of. And it's a critical factor for maintaining a healthy cash flow and financial stability for your practice. You must be well informed as those practices and insurance demands change. It happens all the time. You've got to understand the billing procedures, the comprehend the reimbursement rates, and the different procedures that are in play. Accurate coding and meticulous documentation of the treatments and the services are imperative to avoid claims that are going to negatively impact your practice. Establishing a streamlined process for utilizing effective practice management systems, tools, softwares can significantly aid in managing those insurance claims, at least efficiently. Additionally, by staying updated by the ever-evolving insurance landscape and cultivating strong relationships with insurance providers, they can lead to a more seamless reimbursement process, which is so important. Overall, a super proactive approach is what you have to have if you're going to open a practice in Texas because of that complexity. Don't let it scare you away, but know that it is going to be a very significant factor for opening up a practice in the state of Texas, especially in 2024. So with that, that's 3 pros and 3 cons. In summary, you open up a practice in Texas 2024, definitely presents some promising opportunities such as a booming population, diverse patient demographics, and really a pretty favorable business environment. But you've got to consider those that competitive market, the regulatory complexities, and the insurance reimbursement concerns. Through research, strategic planning, and a keen understanding of the local landscape are going to be vital when you make that decision of whether you're going to enter the Texas market and open a practice or not. And that's why we exist here at Dr. Demographics to help you, guide you through that process. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Perfect Place to Put a Practice podcast in our special pros and cons series. I'm Mike Green, owner of Dr. Demographics, and we will see you on the next episode.